Previously on the physics department.
I did send out the memo asking everyone in the building to cancel all meetings so that our students could enjoy the eclipse.
You asked. I answered no.
You are like giving an alligator a root canal.
And have you actually led by the prejudice?
I have, yeah.
Thank you, Kelly.
Reading gets you nowhere. Ask me how I know.
Toby?
I told you no. No apologizing.
I really don't think Santa Claus is the hill you want to die on.
I think the kids really enjoyed your lesson today.
Thanks.
After an initial investment fund, we would like to implement a 15.3% endowment over the next 5 years.
That would be perfect. Of course, continual funding will be dependent upon recipients' exceptional performance over spatial and temporal scales. Failure to comply will jeopardize...
Dr. Bartlett, have you read this libel? I've never been insulted by such degenerate morons occupying the same illiterate ground state in all my existence. The number of race cells this publishing department has must be countable on one hand.
Toby, do you see these fine people at the table staring back at you?
Yeah. Good morning. Dr. Bartlett, this is an outrage.
Let me introduce you to the generous donors of the 1890 Club. They are here on campus to negotiate with the college to begin a presidential science scholarship. And I had agreed to give them my full attention for the hour. Now, if you don't mind, just march back out, talk to Carrie Ann, give her your name, office number, and the reason you barged in here unexpectedly. I'll get back to you when I can.
I see. Our students are very poor. They could use your money.
Folks, that's Professor Toby O'Connor. We keep him around because, well, honestly, probably no one else can. And he does bring in a lot of grants. I'm sorry, please continue.
Thank you.
You swim here?
I got caught in Wayne Blick skiing. I was trying to get here all the way to finish that paper, but best laid plans of mice and men.
Right.
What's up?
Well, I'm working on a presentation. I was hoping that you could lay your expert eyes on it, but it looks like you're busy.
No. I have time. I can take a look at it.
Okay.
Yeah.
If you say so.
Yeah, no problem.
Perfect. I want Z.
Thank you so much for coming. It was a pleasure to visit with you. Crocodile livers. Toby, I would have expected you to be waiting in the office.
Just so I could walk back upstairs? No.
What is the matter?
Matter is the Oakview today. Have you read it today?
Honestly, no. I delete them as soon as they hit my inbox.
Well, a finite number of recipients don't. They'll see my name put up for the slaughter, and I won't stand for it.
Toby, why don't you have a seat?
I'm not going to sit down.
You don't want to sit down? You don't want to stand up? I'm not the chair of the psychology department. I don't have a sofa you can lay on.
Just look at this.
Physicist Toby O'Connor makes a quantum leap in understanding turbulent vortices. I don't see the problem.
It says it right there. Quantum leap in understanding. Do you know what that means?
You know, in my time doing my doctorate at UCLA, I don't think it ever came up.
Just how old are you? A quantum leap is the smallest possible finite distance an electron can jump. They're saying I made the smallest possible contribution to my field.
That's not what they're saying.
It does. That's what they wrote. They could have chose to say a large leap or a huge step forward, but no. They chose to write quantum leap. I'm not some cheap electric razor or some popular science book an unpaid marketing intern can slap the word quantum onto to boost marketing sales. I am a theoretical physicist. I deserve better.
You may deserve a lot of things, but we're not going to list them all here.
This just needs to go away.
Toby, if you feel this strongly, why don't you go talk to CJ? He is much more in touch with the university media folks than I am.
I will.
Carrie Ann, what else is on the agenda for today?
Within physics, there's the department faculty and staff meeting at 3 p.m.
With Toby.
with Toby.
What about outside of physics?
You don't want to, derive escape velocity or something? I feel the fermionic harmonic oscillator is a bit much to start 5-year-olds off with.
You have a better idea?
How about not teaching quantum field theory to kindergartners?
Afraid the principle of least action will allow me to diverge from the Q of T path.
Don't tell me the Civilian Council for Child Quantum Enrichment is going to send a spy to watch you.
There's no espionage. They might have head who's observing me. It's a guy named Bond. Jimmy Bond.
Seriously?
Don't believe me? Read this.
Co-director of Site-Based Initiatives, Jimmy Bond, EDD, will be present to observe compliance with behavioral and educational policies. Wow.
Yeah. If he reports that I didn't teach quantum field theory, they'll withdraw the money they awarded to the college. So, are they right showing kids this?
Well, you only live twice.
Once, actually.
No, twice. Once when you're born and once when you look death in the face. Never read Fleming?
More of a Le Carré guy myself.
Oh, anything's better than Brown.
I can agree with that.
How about this? In the beginning, there was nothing.
I've heard this one before.
Hear me out. A nothing, inhabited by invisible quantum fields. These fields created dark energy, which applied outward pressure. From this pressure, expanded a universe, and all was good. And then, talk about cosmology and whether or not the Earth gets swallowed up by a black hole. Things like that.
I think I would not be following their guidelines.
Don't tell me Jimmy Bond, EDD, knows the difference between quantum field theory and cosmology. It's QFT all the way down. Quantum mechanics falls out of QFT, classical falls out of quantum, and cosmology astrophysics, they just applied all of that.
I don't think it works like that.
Well...
CJ, we need to talk.
Well, that's my cue. Wow, I really need to write that paper. Good luck with whichever of these you need more luck with. Right.
Thank you. CJ, this is unacceptable. Have you read what I wrote in this? They said I had a quantum leap toward my field. Now, if you had actually stayed in grad school and gotten a doctorate, you would understand what this means. But it's a tiny, tiny contribution to my field. They said I did something very, very small. I'm a classical fluid dynamicist. I don't need quantum crap all over my stuff. The people who wrote this their education was so fraudulent. They probably got their education from a Midwest Christian university or someplace like that. CJ, this needs to go away. You need to fix this. This is your fault.
What?
Kelly, you're here to talk about grades. Class doesn't start till tomorrow.
I'm actually here to talk about research.
Research.
That's what you do when you don't teach, right?
Anyone ever tell you you're rather blunt?
It's a nervous condition.
And nervous condition.
When I talk to authority figures, it just freaks me out. My skeleton wants to dash, and my muscles use all their might to cramp it up, and if I don't get my words out now, I might never get them out, and then I feel bad.
Okay, well, I have a few minutes. Why don't we talk to my office before your skeleton makes a break for it?
They meant it as a cool sounding compliment. They don't understand the literal meaning behind it. And they shouldn't be typing it. It's the Gell-Mann Amnesia effect all over again. Papers should be written by the experts for the experts.
Those are called journals.
These journalists are so focused on whether they can write something that sounds so cool, they never ask themselves if they should write something that sounds so cool.
No one meant to hurt your feelings. Stop making a mountain out of a molehill.
Why is it whenever I hurt someone's feelings, I'm the one that has to go on the evening news and apologize, but whenever someone smears my good name, I'm the one in the wrong?
Toby, if it'll make you feel better, I'll email the public engagement listserv and send them a message politely asking them to never publish an article with your name and the phrase quantum leap in it again.
That'd be good. Fantastic.
Cool. I'll do that then.
Good.
All right.
Okay.
Anything else I can do for you?
No, that's all.
So, you want to talk about research?
Yep.
Yeah. Did we really need to ask that? Did I kind of redundant where I don't know how to start a conversation?
Is it a nervous condition?
A nervous condition. No, I will say so. So, you want to talk about research?
Yep.
Tell me about yourself. What drives you? Why are you interested in this type of stuff?
Well, I just love understanding how things work. Like, I need to know. My mom actually had to keep the cuckoo clock away from me when I was 6 because I wanted to take it apart and understand how the little bird works. But that's what's so cool about physics. Not only do you figure out how things happen, but you can also use math to predict the future.
Quantum mechanics must drive you crazy.
But that's what's so exciting. What are those tiny electrons doing? How did the transistors control the little guys? I just want to picture what they're doing inside of there. And it's just so cool that we can use physics to understand these intangible wave-like particle things. I just want to be like you and model the inside of materials.
Okay, you're taking my Quantum 1 class this semester. What else?
Here's my class schedule and my transcript.
You came prepared. Jeez. Do you have time to sleep? Just looking at this makes me wish I had coffee.
I don't drink coffee. It keeps me up at night.
And how are you awake right now? Are you sure you'll have time for research? I don't want to overwhelm you.
I have time. I know how much I can work. I was hoping to meet any day of the week except for Wednesdays. I feed Kyle on Wednesdays.
Kyle, your boyfriend?
My cat.
Ah.
Shelby feeds him the rest of the week. Except Fridays. I take Zora on Fridays.
So your dog?
My boyfriend.
Obviously.
Oh, also, on Mondays, the Sherlock Holmes Club meets, and Thursday, the Classical Literature Club meets for tea time book chats.
Okay, so you can meet any day of the week, late afternoon, except for Wednesdays because of your cat, Fridays because of your boyfriend, Mondays because of Sherlock, and Thursdays because of tea time books.
Yes.
How about we meet on Tuesdays at 4?
That sounds great.
I have a project at Quantum Dots you could work on. You familiar with Quantum Dots?
I've heard of them.
Okay. You took my model physics class, and you're taking Quantum 1 with me this fall. So, take a free particle, and it exists as a three-dimensional wave. Okay. However, just like lunches, there's no such thing as a free particle. Electrons are bound to material structures. They're interacting with all the other particles out there. So if I was to take a strip of some material like this, the electrons will be trapped and confined to a two-dimensional plane wave. What if I wanted to actually bound the electrons to just a single strip? How can I go about that?
You would trap it in one dimension?
Wait, but how? Electrons jump. They make quantum leaps all the time. How do we prevent that?
I don't know.
Where do objects like to go?
What do you mean?
Okay, take a ball, right? Take this ball and put it on top of a hill. What does it want to do?
Roll down.
What? So what's the difference between hill and hill?
Their potential energies?
Right. Objects want to go to their lowest available potential energy. So, imagine at the atomic structure, I build a material where I have a layer of atoms where it costs a lot of energy. It's high potential energy for the electron to be there. Then I make a low potential energy region. And then I build another high potential region right next to it. Where does the electron want to be?
The lowest potential energy.
Right, it's gonna be here. We now have a 1D standing wave. So, now imagine I make another high potential region. Right here. And then I make another high potential region right here. What happens to the electron?
It gets trapped.
Right. It can't move up, down, right, or left. It's confined to a zero-dimensional area. That's a quantum dot.
That's so cool.
I know, right? So, here's what I'm going to do. I'm going to send you a paper to read, and I want you to look over it. You're not going to understand most of it. However, I want you to prepare a list of questions, and we're going to talk about that next week. That sound good?
Sounds good.
Okay. Well, I'll see you in class tomorrow, and I look forward to working with you.
Thank you so much, Dr. Bailey.
Yep.
Sorry.
Jeez, was I ever that young? Shoot, how's it almost free?
I thought there'd be refreshments.
You say that every time.
And I expect them every time.
Hey guys, so whoever's calling up Toby show.
He's upset about quantum leap.
You just find out the show is canceled?
What? No. An Oakview Today article said he made a quantum leap in understanding.
I see.
Speak of the devil. I heard you made a discreet step forward today.
I made a significant vault.
Don't poke the bear.
I was congratulating him.
Professors, thank you for coming. I assume your break was a restful one for everyone. I have to meet with the dean across campus, so let's keep this 15-minute meeting to no more than 30. Does anyone have an item for general interest that does not include the expression quantum leap? All right, first order of business. Josh and Donna's grant has been approved to build their lateral line dark matter detector at CERN. And so accordingly, Josh and Donna will be moving to Switzerland. That means we will be searching for 2 new faculty candidates. Now, Professor Salmons has agreed to take Donna's Atoms to Galaxies course. And Toby, I'd like to ask you to take Josh's College Physics 1.
Well, that would put me at 3 classes, and I taught 3 classes last fall.
That's true. You survived, and so you will again. Next order of business. I need one of you to take over Donna's colloquium organizer role.
I can do that.
Charlie, thank you. I did bring pliers, expecting to pull teeth. Thank you for being extra loose.
You can always count on me to wiggle.
Thank you. All right, next order of business.
Volunteers to consider travel most of my owners as a guest speaker. You see right through my thin veil of altruism.
The university is accepting nominations for the Christensen Scholarship Award. Each department can nominate up to 1 rising senior. Do any of you have a student who you think might be qualified? Let me outline the qualifications. The student must have a minimum GPA of 3.95 with no grade lower than a B. They must be completing at least 1 minor or major outside their home department. They must contribute to community through service. They must be involved in research or creative projects and be a respected leader in a student organization. Well,
Danger, Robson, danger.
I think I have a student, Kelly Curtis.
I've spoken with her. She's very articulate. Is she qualified?
Yeah, I have her transcript and schedule right here.
You are prepared.
No, she is she stopped by my office earlier today to talk about doing research with me.
Then she'll be doing research with you. You could sponsor her, unless anybody has another recommendation.
That linear algebra class wiped out most of our juniors' chances of qualifying. I heard only one physics student got an A and the rest got C's.
If that's the case, then Kelly's the one. Though, why would a physics major bother minoring in Japanese gerontology and English literature?
Yeah, literature's weird. Physicists don't read books. I feel like a physicist here would paraphrase Stoker or Crichton and even recite Dylan Thomas to me while making their points.
The reason she chose those minors is not as important as the fact that she will look less obtuse to the dean's selection of the finalists. All okay with Ms. Curtis?
Mm-hmm. Yeah.
Sure.
Okay, well, stop by my office when we finish and pick up the nomination forms.
Okay.
You'll need a forklift for those papers.
It can't be that bad. Wow. It is that bad. Okay.
And that, kids, is why there is a non-zero, zero-point energy density to the vacuum. Any questions? Yes.
What is a boson?
Boson is a group of subatomic particles that have zero or integer spin. Yeah.
What's a fermion?
Fermion, very closely related to bosons. Great question. Yes.
What is your quantum field theory?
Great question. I want to answer the other two. Yeah.
Can I go to the bathroom?
No. Hold it. So, back to the first two questions. They're very closely related. Bosons are very important to QFT.
Boson sounds like candy.
They're not candy.
I want candy. I want candy.
Okay. There's no candy here. You can get candy after the talk.
What is life?
That's a great question. Not really relevant to the talk, but like, yeah.
Can I use the bathroom?
No. Hold it.
Can I get some water? Can I get
some water?
Can I have some McDonald's?
One question at a time.
Come on, I'm thirsty. Come on, already. Let's go.